Senator Golden.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise in support of concurrence and with thanks to those who worked hard on this process, and to voice the strong hope and expectation that this is the last time that Oregon legislators undertake this task. I believe that the events of the last week add to a mounting pile of evidence that we should not be creating the districts in which we and our allies and friends might be running in the future. By now, we're all familiar with the slogan, voters should pick their representatives, not the other way around. And I think we know what all that means. I have found that not all of our colleagues agree with that, and that some irritated, in fact, that they think their integrity has been questioned, don't really believe that there is a relevant or effective conflict of interest here. I don't quite understand that. I guess I'd observe that I think one of the things we're not very good at is always monitoring the dynamics and process by which we come to these kinds of decisions. But it's not important that I understand it. And no matter how many of us may believe that we're not significantly swayed by political or partisan interests, the fact is Oregonians do believe that. And that's the larger point here, in my view. Legislatively drawn maps drawn by legislators, are a guaranteed formula, regular as clockwork every 10 years, for an infusion of disillusionment with government and further cynicism. Mr. President, disillusionment and mistrust and cynicism are killing us. They are making our work hard to impossible on the big issues. Currently, I think the best example is the really difficult divide we have over the government's role in the pandemic and vaccination mandates. I think that it's much harder than it might be otherwise because of the level of distrust. And I think that drawing our own maps is a self-inflicted wound in that context. Mr. President, 14 states, having recognized this over the years, have transferred these duties to independent commissions of one kind or another. I think it's time that we join them, and I actually strongly expect that we will. I think most of us observed a rather robust campaign to get a citizens initiative on the 2020 ballot for an independent commission. I think it would have gotten there were it not for the difficulty of collecting signatures this time around. And I think it's a near certainty that between now and the 2030 census, a measure like that will qualify for the ballot. And my own belief is it's a near certainty that if it does, it will pass. So if those assumptions might be true, we have a very easy opportunity here. And that is, rather than make the citizens put it on the ballot, if we have any interest in moving the ball even a few yards towards restoration of public trust, I hope we very seriously consider putting the constitutional amendment on the ballot ourselves for Oregon voters to decide on, and not in 2029, but sooner than that. And if there's one of the takeaways I hope we get from this session is very serious consideration of a referral like that to the ballot during the 2022 legislative session. Thank you.